Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Johnson. Listen, I want to warn you, destiny is not just a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. It's not a thing to be waited for. It is a thing to be achieved. You know anything about your destiny? Have you planned for it? Are you working on it? Are you fulfilling your destiny? Do you even know what your destiny is? Are you becoming what you were meant to be? You know, there are all kinds of excuses we give ourselves for the reason that we're not understanding or reaching our destiny. Well, I'm too busy. I just don't have time. I want more out of life than I'm getting, and it's not willing to give it to me. Life is not fair. I'm not getting a good break. Many of us are experts at excuses, and we're quick to tell others we aren't where we think we should be, and we can tell them almost why. But no matter where we've gotten our excuses from, truth is we're responsible for our own lives, and the fault is our own. Let me start with your Creator. How close are you to Him? By choice? Not very close. You haven't bothered to ask God for help. You haven't bothered to try to get some spiritual guidance. You haven't picked up the Bible and read it in a long time. You know, one of my experiences, the Bible literally speaks to you. It literally loves you. It cares about you. It's a living Word of God. You need to give it a chance. You don't have to become a Bible expert. You have to go to church all the time. You don't have to study the Bible all the time. Read one little verse, and I don't care what verse it is, just one verse out of the Bible a day to let you do some thinking. It'll change your destiny. All kinds of excuses we give ourselves for the reason that we can't find our destiny. And it's true that life is not always fair. That's not an excuse for us to stop and become who we are or who we can be, in spite of the obstacles, and there are many. I agree with that. But this is not the time to give up. This is the time to prove we're able to reach our destiny. Justice is not always pleasant. Sometimes hard work is not immediately rewarded. Life is not immediately gratified, but it will be if we stay consistent and persistent. If we keep working at understanding who we are and developing our talents, life has its own reward. Truth is not always merciful, but it's always true, and it can be relied on as guidance. You found your truth? You found what you're like? Do you know who you are? You understand what your limitations are? And, it's like Dirty Harry said, a man's got to know his limitations. We can only do what we can do, but we must do it, and we must do it honestly. We should gather the wisdom that's found from our experience. To learn from what happens to us is all that is required. When we learn from our history and when we understand our mistakes, we can avoid them. We cannot expect more from ourselves than what we have learned, but we should always strive to learn what we have and to learn more. We shouldn't ignore it. Don't be like the cat who sat on the hot stove lid accidentally. After being burned, she never went near the stove or the lid again. Well, that's well and understandable. But as a result, she'll also never have the pleasure of sitting on a nice, cool, comfortable stove lid. And that is a shame. Have you been burned by the stove lid? And do you refuse to go near it? Wherever your stove lid is, it's cool and it's comfortable now. Or maybe it's not. Maybe what you need to learn is how to get around it. Take the lesson. Apply it to yourself. Start working on your destiny. Do something that will give you the guidance and the satisfaction that you need just for today. And then it will start adding up as you do it day by day by day. Say a little prayer to the Lord. Tell him you need guidance. Tell your friend you're looking for a little hope. Does he or she have any? Tell your child you're trying to raise him or her correctly. Tell your significant other that you love them, you care about them, and you're glad to be in their life. Start putting things together that make sense to you and create that destiny that you need. God bless you.